Hash 5 Star Trek. Deep Space Nine Season 3 episodes I always skip on a rewatch. Star Trek. Deep Space Nine's third season is where the show truly begins to find its identity. The arrival of the Defiant, the growing Dominion threat, and the moral complexity of the show's politics all elevate DS9 from that stationary Star Trek to one of the franchise's most mature series. Yet, even in this golden age of storytelling, there are a few episodes that just don't hold up on rewatch. Whether they're bogged down by filler plots, tonal misfires, or stories that feel out of sync with the rest of the season, some outings just don't earn a second look. Here are 5 Deep Space Nine Season 3 episodes I always skip when revisiting the series, even though I love almost everything else about this era of the show. 1. Meridian, Episode 8. Yes, the Jagia Dax episode everyone tries to forget. Meridian is DS9's attempt at a classic Star Trek love story, but it lands with the emotional depth of a holosuite malfunction. The premise, a planet that phases in and out of existence, and a man Dax falls in love with in a matter of hours, could have been intriguing. Instead, it feels like something out of The Love Boat. Gamma Quadrant Edition. Terry Farrell does her best to make Jagia's whirlwind romance believable, but the script gives her nothing to work with. The pacing is glacial, the stakes non-existent, and the chemistry between Dax and her fleeting lover is about as warm as a Cardassian interrogation room. When you know what rich character material DS9 would later give Dax, from her Klingon adventures to her complex friendship with Sisko, Meridian just feels hollow. On a rewatch, this one's an easy skip to next episode moment. 2. Fascination Episode 10. Every Star Trek show has its Everyone Falls in Love episode. For The Next Generation, it was The Naked Now. For Deep Space Nine, it's Fascination. And unfortunately, it's just as cringeworthy. During Byron Gratitude Festival celebrations, Waxana Troy's telepathic illness infects the crew, causing everyone to become infatuated with the wrong person. The result is a comedy of errors that's more awkward than amusing. Watching Major Kara swoon over Bashir or Vedic Beryl chase after Dax feels like the writers were trying too hard to manufacture humor that didn't fit DS9's tone. Even the usually delightful Waxana, played by the great Majel Barrett, feels shoehorned in. The only redeeming element is seeing Odo's bashful affection for her continue to blossom. But even that can't save the episode from feeling like a bad fanfic. When I'm binging DS9, Fascination always breaks the momentum of the season, so I hit skip faster than Quark avoids paying station taxes. 3. The House of Quark, Episode 3. Now, I know this one is divisive. Many fans love The House of Quark. And yes, Armin Shimerman is brilliant as always. But for me, this Ferengi Klingon political farce feels like a tonal detour at the wrong time. Season 3 opens with The Search, a 2-part masterpiece that introduces the Dominion and ramps up DS9's serialized storytelling. To follow that with a lighthearted Klingon legal comedy just feels jarring. The episode's mix of Ferengi capitalism and Klingon honor is clever in concept, but in execution, it feels more like a holodeck parody than a natural continuation of the previous episodes. Sure, it's fun to see Quark accidentally become a Klingon husband, but it's not essential viewing. On a rewatch, I usually skip it, not because it's bad, but because it interrupts the dark, compelling rhythm of early Season 3. 4. Equilibrium, Episode 4. This one hurts, because I adore Jagia Dax, but Equilibrium just doesn't hold up. It's meant to explore the mystery of Dax's symbiont and her hidden memories, but it ends up being one of the season's slowest and most confusing entries. We spent far too long watching Dax behave erratically while the rest of the crew looks puzzled. By the time we reach the Trill homeworld and uncover that there's a secret about a forgotten host, the emotional impact feels undercooked. DS9 would go on to handle Trill identity far more powerfully in later episodes like Facets and Rejoined. Equilibrium just feels like a half-baked attempt to deepen Dax's backstory, one that's neither emotionally gripping nor essential to the character's development. On a binge, it's one of those episodes you sit through once, appreciate for the lore, and then skip forever after. 5. Life Support Episode 13. This is probably the hardest skip on the list because it should have been powerful. Life Support gives us the death of Vedic Beryl, Major Kira's lover, and the moral dilemma of keeping him alive through increasingly desperate medical interventions. The story aims to be a profound meditation on life, death, and faith. Unfortunately, it ends up feeling more clinical than emotional. Beryl spends most of the episode unconscious or half mechanical, while Kira is left to sob her way through scenes that feel melodramatic rather than tragic. The subplot about the Byron peace talks with Cardassia could have been riveting, but it's overshadowed by the drawn-out death sequence that makes the episode hard to rewatch. It's not that life support is bad, it's just draining. On a full rewatch, it kills the pacing of the Dominion build-up, and